are in for a busy spell over the next couple of weeks. They're hosting their annual Christmas auction. All the money raised will be going to the Donegal Food Response Network. There was €16,000 raised last year. So John O'Connell, who's chair of the club, and Margaret Larkin, who's head of operations at DLDC, joins me now in the studio. Good afternoon to you both.
Afternoon, John.
It's come around again. I remember well from last year.
Indeed.
A lot of excitement about it. John, explain again how it works.
Yeah, John, as last year, we've collected vouchers from a variety of businesses, over 100 throughout the county, and we have them online, which you can access through the Letterkenny Lionsclub.com.
Mostly vouchers, but not exclusively
Mostly
vouchers.
vouchers. We've had a few items, like we have a drill from Watson Hire, for example, and we have a piece of furniture from Kelly's Hardware. So, but it's mostly vouchers, and it's online, and we have them in with the starting bid, which is lower than the value. And what we do is it's open from 12 o'clock now for the next 2 weeks, and people go in and register and bid, and they can bid obviously above the opening bid, and then see how they get on. And in most cases, you'll get it for less than the value, maybe 10% less.
Yeah, but it could be more. Or sorry, it could be a lot less.
It could be, but in most cases, there's everybody wants to give. It's for charity. All the money goes to charity, and the donors obviously would like to see their vouchers.
We all love a bargain too.
We all love a bargain, and it's a great way to get vouchers for Christmas. We have everything from hotels, restaurants, golf clubs. We have shops. We have gyms. We have all the stuff. I have a list there for you, John.
Well, thank you. And I'm just looking at that because I've a few outlined as well. I see here that there's dinner for two at Castle Grove. There's 2 nights B&B at Rathmullen House. The Kiernan Group of €100 voucher. There's the Crawley Distillery experience, and that gives us a flavour, really. Of
exactly.
what to expect.
Yeah, and the other thing we're doing now is that we're actually getting vouchers from individuals who are saying, "I have a voucher I'm not going to use." So we're going to, give an example. I got one for the Old Glen Bar. So I rang up the Old Glen Bar and I said, "Listen, we have this voucher that you gave to somebody else. Now we have it and we'll sell it for charity." They were delighted, and it'll be on the website. So if anybody wants to give us vouchers, we'll take them in, and they can drop them into here or the Radisson Hotel.
Brilliant. Okay, so if you have a voucher and it's just gathering dust in the drawer, and you're not going to use it, or you haven't got around to using it, and you figure, well, this is a good cause, then feel free, drop it here or to the Radisson. Margaret, the Donegal Food Response Network, a worthy cause, and a lot of money raised last year, so fingers crossed for this year again.
Fingers crossed. We have 21 organisations on the network, John, and from all across County Donegal. And I mean, last year the contribution from the Lions Club was, it was just phenomenal. It was such an addition to the all of the organisations. They are all community led. None of them have get any core funding to do the work that they do. They're completely reliant on fundraising and donations, and their numbers increase significantly at this time of year. So any contributions or donations that they can get are very gratefully received. And we actually the 21 members meet on a monthly basis, to sort of support each other. And we just did a survey, or we sort of revisited numbers about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And currently the 21 organisations support 305 families and 705 individuals across the county on a weekly basis. Right. So it's phenomenal, the need that's out there. Big network. Well, a small network, John, and a small number of volunteers, but their support that they provide is huge. It's big. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and it's interesting that you say that they actually meet, because they in a way they work independently, but they also exist collectively.
They exist collectively. I suppose together they're stronger. Together they have more impact. So DLDC facilitate that monthly get-togethers, usually on Zoom, but 4 times a year they meet in person and maybe visit each other's food banks or organisations just to, I suppose, help and see how they can improve. They're always striving for, to build the service or promote the service that they have, but at the same time they want to live in a world where food banks don't exist, that society doesn't need them. But unfortunately we're a long way off that. But they work together and they support, and as I say, DLDC facilitate that, and we have a website as well, and it's just, I suppose it's a central location for people that need support, and also for fantastic groups like John and the Lions Club that contribute as well.
Food donations are great, but funding is vital as well.
Funding is vital. Often, John, people that are receiving support from these food banks, they need other additional supports. It's a wraparound. They're in the poverty trap. It's very hard to get out. There's many and multiple and multifaceted reasons why people find themselves in need. And often these volunteers are doing much more than just giving food. They are trying to support in other ways, directing to other services. And often that's where sort of DLDC comes into the network, where we can bring in other supports where needed, and they are badly needed in a lot of cases. But yeah, so from the network itself helps with that, sharing information, sharing support, sharing ideas of how they can help in the local area. So yeah.
21 food banks, so there's going to be one, the chances are there's one near you wherever you're listening.
Absolutely. There's 5 in the Inishowen area, there's 11 in central Donegal, and there's 5 in Donegal Gaeltacht. They're all listed on the Donegal Food Response Network, the donegalfood.ie. But yeah, there's one in all parts, and in rural areas as well, more so, and they work very discreetly. You have some that are mainstream, very typical food banks, they hand it, but some of them are community organisation, community centres that maybe the service is happening, quietly and discreetly. And unfortunately, that stigma is there, and it's a part of the work that the network do is trying to alleviate that. But it is challenging for people, to.
It's understandable.
Yeah,
people are proud, and it's understandable. Okay, John. So it's the site is now live, as they say, and people can go in and put in bids. Remind us of the address.
If you go to letterkennylionsclub.com, which is our own website, and on that you'll see a button for the auction site, which is attached to that site, and you can go in there and put in your bids. By the way, we will also accept cash donations, and you will see listed on it that we actually have a number of businesses that have given us money. So that is in addition to what you're seeing on this. Okay. So that brings up the value.
But you've had brilliant support from businesses. There's over 100 local businesses that's got involved. So, it wouldn't be possible without them.
Exactly. And it's important to point out these businesses are all over the county, and the money goes back all over the county. So while it's being driven from the Letterkenny Lions Club, it's very much, we have businesses up at Inishowen, we have a tax consultant in Inishowen, we have a restaurant down in Gweedore, we have hotels throughout the county. All of them are
county-wide.
Yeah, and it's every one of them gives a voucher, which is, it's something that they're giving. It all adds up to a lot.
And then it all comes to a sort of a focus, if you like, on the last day. We'll give it a couple of mentions over the couple of weeks and so on, but it comes to a focus on the last day when there's a bit of excitement and there's a bit of buzz, because it's all about the final bids.
Exactly, and if you're outbid, you'll get an email saying you've been outbid, or you might get a text. So it's important that when people register, they put on their email and their phone number. And by the way, we will take away all those afterwards, so there's no privacy issue there. But it's a bit of fun. So you put in something for the yellow pepper. God, somebody's after. So you put in another $5. See how it goes. It's a bit of fun.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Just to interject, we brought it very much into DLDC last year, and the competition was rife.
See, there you go.
Their competition was rife, and it really created a buzz. Who outbid me. So
we did the same up here. Yeah, there was various bids. So it's great. There's that element in it as well. All right then. So people can go online now and have a browse through what's there, because loads of choice, all dotted all over the county, and all sorts of things. Nearly all vouchers, but some physical items as well, in order to bid on. And we'll chat to you. We'll chat to you again then, maybe in a couple of weeks on the final day of it.
Look forward to that, John.
Brilliant.
Thank
you, John.
And thank you, Highland Radio.
Around